And now, it's my great pleasure to introduce our extraordinary valedictorian, Miriam Friedman. Miriam is distinguished not only by her remarkable academic achievement in sustaining the highest pupil grade point average in 4 years of high school. What is truly breathtaking about Miriam is the range of scholastic, school leadership, and facet activities in which she has engaged while maintaining the highest standards of scholarship. And what has made Miriam so beloved to us is the personal dignity, beauty, warmth, grace, and modesty she has brought to every activity and every interaction in which she has been engaged. I want to take a moment to describe Miriam's high school legacy. Miriam is president of the DEA chapter of the National Honor Society and an AP Scholar with distinction. President of Hafter Science and Engineering Institute, Miriam conducted original research funded by the U.S. military at the Garcia Research Center in Stony Brook last summer on novel material to replace current uranium-based substances in ballistics. Miriam has been a captain and stellar competitor on our debate team and math team, and she served as a delegate to the Penn Model Congress, where her bill on energy and commerce was passed unanimously. An outstanding writer, Miriam is an editor of our school newspaper, The Tapper, and served as Hafter High School's columnist for the Nassau Herald. In addition, Miriam is a true BioLife vet. Throughout high school, Miriam has volunteered with the Friendship Circle, visiting the homes of children with special needs. She has served meals in soup kitchens, tutored peers in science, math, history, and Hebrew, and raised funds for OHEL. In the summer between her sophomore and junior years, Miriam volunteered at Camp Kobe in Israel, working with children affected by terrorism, and was selected to speak at the Knesset on behalf of the Camp Kobe Foundation. Next year, Mitzvah Hashem, Miriam will learn in Migdal Oz, where she'll continue to learn Torah. After seminary, Miriam will return to the States to begin her undergraduate studies in chemical engineering at Princeton University. We fully anticipate that at Migdal Oz and at Princeton, Miriam will continue to be a brilliant scholar, a student leader, and a role model for Torah Umada, and always with a warm smile and a full heart. She is the ideal candidate to represent the class of 2000 at Hafter High School, and I call upon this year's valedictorian, Miriam Friedman.
Honored rabbis, teachers, parents, families, and above all, fellow graduates. I have found the ultimate paradox, life. In the past 2 months alone, I was accepted to Princeton University, was voted valedictorian of my high school class, and my father, Ira Friedman, Alav Hashalom, passed away after a short but valiant battle with cancer. That, my friends, is life. Life is difficult and complicated. It can be both marvelous and lamentable, glorious and simultaneously heartbreaking. We dream of beauty and delight in prospects of the future, but in a heartbeat, the unexpected can jolt us awake. All of us reach a number of points in our lives which may be characterized as a fork in the road, a moment of trouble, pain, or utter uncertainty. At the crossroad, we are presented with a choice. Will we interpret this tribulation as so unjust and unfair that we feel forever fatally wounded? Or will we view it as a chance to become more grateful for what remains? We either make ourselves miserable or we make ourselves strong. The degree of effort is the same. Everything we shut our eyes to, everything we run from, deny, denigrate, or despise serves only to defeat us in the end. What seems vile, painful, or evil can become a source of beauty, joy, and strength if faced with an open mind. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. It is a curious marvel how clocks can hold all the time in the world using only 2 hands. Albert Einstein was right. Time is an illusion. So tonight, as we celebrate our achievements and mark the culmination of nearly 18 years of hard work and determination, I choose to extol the importance of one of life's most time-sensitive ideals, childhood. I am who I am today because my parents read me stories of knights and dragons and heroes who saved the damsel in distress, and I, in all my delicious naivete, was too unrelenting to believe in the idea of the myth. So I live as though I am capable of the impossible, and know that in that quest, every moment counts. Fantasy is a necessary ingredient in living. It is a way of looking at life through the other end of the telescope. And it's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see. To say that dreams are not real just because they are not made of visible matter is equivocal to saying that we are not breathing air just because we cannot see it. Dreams are real, and they are the air that keeps us moving forward. Sometimes we find the answers by looking at the questions from a different perspective. As a child, John Lennon was told that happiness was the key to life. When he went to school, they asked him what he wanted to be when he grew up. He wrote down happy. They told him he did not understand the assignment. He told them they did not understand life. Happiness belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams, no matter how unrealistic they may outwardly appear. Fear is not difficult to understand. It turns out I am afraid of time, of not having enough time. Not enough time to understand people, who they really are, or to be understood myself. When faced with two equally tough choices, most people choose not to choose. I encourage you to make your choices wisely. I hope you see things that startle you. I hope you feel things you never felt before. I hope you meet people with a different perspective. And I hope that if you are not satisfied, you have the courage to start all over. Because the thing about a hero is that even when it does not look like there's a light at the end of the tunnel, he keeps going, just because that's who he is. I have come to accept the feeling of not knowing where I am going, and I have learned to love it. Because it is only when we are suspended in mid-air with no landing in sight that we force our wings to unfurl and begin their flight. If you linger and wait for your wings to soar, you are going to wait forever. You are going to miss life. You've got to jump off the cliff and craft your wings on the way down. I guarantee the future will be brilliant. Time passes inelegantly and without your consent, so you must be resigned to be a clock that measures time not by its momentary lapses, but by its worth. You have the right to experiment with your life. I urge you to paint with all the colors of the wind. Take all your medicine with a spoonful of sugar. Know that when life gets you down, all you have to do is just keep swimming. Somewhere down that stream, I promise, you will find something good that changes your life for the better. Einstein, a brilliant man, earned some poor grades in school, but life does not deliver all A's all of the time. The secret to success is to ensure that those bumps in the road do not keep you from reaching your destination, keep you from reaching your full potential. The goal is to keep driving on that road, the road we call life. We are living in a culture entirely hypnotized by the illusion of time, in which the so-called present moment is felt as nothing but an infinitesimal hairline between an all-powerful past and an absorbingly important future. Our consciousness is almost completely paralyzed by memory and expectation. We are therefore often out of touch with reality. What we forget is that the future is merely an infinite succession of todays. We forget that the essence of reality is being born right now. Life is long, life is quick, and life is inescapable. To change the world, you need not be president or prime minister or dictator of your own small country. Your passion, whatever you choose, means changing the world in your own small way. So sail away from the safe harbor and catch the trade winds in your sails. The scariest moment is always just before you start. This speech is dedicated to my father, Ira Friedman, of blessed memory. It is to his merit that I stand before you today. He taught me to make time for your family no matter what happens in your life. I realize that if you enter this world knowing you are loved and you leave this world knowing the same, then everything that happens in between can be dealt with. Time is too slow for those who wait, too swift for those who fear, too long for those who grieve, too short for those who rejoice, but for those who love, time is eternity. I am a success today because he believed in me and I did not have the heart to let him down. I know in my heart how proud he would be of me today and how proud he would be of my mom, who has kept our family strong and intent on succeeding at everything we set our minds to. I love you, Mommy, and I miss you, Abba. Thank you to my brothers, Shlomo and Danny, for epitomizing the concepts of both annoyance and love. Thank you to my Papi for always having faith in me and for flying in all the way from Florida to share in this special occasion. Thank you to my aunt and uncle who put up with my arguments every week at the Shabbos table and come to advocate for me in my every endeavor. Thank you to the wonderful teachers and principals who have guided me along this journey, and to Hafter for instilling in me qualities that have enabled me to succeed. And thank you to the close family and friends who continue to support me and have helped me to develop into the woman who I am today. There is no such thing as a storybook ending. Endings are abstruse, mystic, and unreal. Every story lives on in the hearts and minds of the author and the audience. Your story may end mid-sentence or with a full-fledged happily ever after, but waste not a moment of it in fear of life. I urge you to approach every day with the utmost vigor because you never know how or when your story will end. Today, we reach a designated point in our stories, but our pens are not dry. Write great, powerful, happy, personal, wonderful stories, my friends. Stories that will make all those who love you happy and proud. Stories that will make all who love you now and all who have loved you in years past beam with pride, looking at you here in person today, or as they look down at you from heaven. Thank you.